we've got a Pan-African football commentator, Andrew Olsson, who is on standby to analyze these groupings for us for the FIFA World Cup draws. Thank you so very much, Andrew, for standing by.
Glad to be back, Onyinyechi.
Andrew, for sure, I know that we've got Africans in Group A, Group D, Group F, and Group H. So looking at Group A, Senegal are there. They are the African champions after defeating Egypt at the AFCON, of course. And we've also got the likes of Tunisia, who will have to face up with France and the winner from the IC Playoff 1, Denmark, in that group over there. We've got Group F, where we have Morocco, together with Belgium, Canada, and Croatia. Remember that Croatia were the semi-finalists one time, of course, in 2018 over there. We've got Group H too, Group G. We've got Cameroon over there, together with Switzerland, Serbia, Brazil. Not forgetting Group H, where we've got Ghana, who defeated Nigeria and slipped into the World Cup for 2022. They have to face Portugal, Uruguay, and Korea Republic. Let's start off with this question right now. Which of these African teams do you think will be happy with their draws?
I think number one, you have to say Senegal. Always getting the group with the host. It tends to be a group that favors the host, and I think Senegal kind of shares in that fortune with Qatar.
Okay, Senegal. Remember that JJ Okocha did pick Senegal to go through to the next round after going past your group over there. But can you make a case for other teams like Tunisia, who are in that particular group, in a group where they've got the likes of France, the winner of the IC playoff, Denmark? Do you think they have got a juicy group there?
I think indeed. I think out of all the African teams, I'd say Tunisia and Senegal have the favorable draws. It's just a matter of if Tunisia is capable of taking advantage of the opportunity.
Okay, Tunisia, remember what they did at the African Cup of Nations. They also put a bit of a surprise to the Nigerian team, taking them out even after going past their 3 group games at the AFCON. So you think with the current front they have right now, they can also go past together with Senegal in that group?
It's hard to endorse Tunisia at this point. Their attack looked very, very poor in the World Cup playoff round. They really defended. They probably generated one clear-cut opportunity through the 2 legs against Mali. They really missed Wabi Kazri, and I think that's a real concern for Tunisian supporters going into Qatar's, if their attack is capable of generating goals.
Okay, if they're able to generate goals over there, Tunisia is one team that did not get hit with coaches being sacked or even being shown the exit door after a poor showing at the AFCON. But this time they are in a group together with France. Let's see for sure that Ghana became the only African team that made it through to let's say quarterfinal of the World Cup in 2010 that they faced Uruguay. Now, there is a replay right now in 2022 because they have to face Uruguay right now in Group H together with Portugal. Now, do you see them advancing any chances?
Well, I think it's hard to tell at this point. What Ghana proved against Nigeria is that they have a very solid defense and midfield. I think their new manager, Ato Addo, has really put together a well-organized side. When it comes to the attack, there's a lot of young talent in Ghana, which they haven't quite put together at this point, but a lot can change between now and November. And I think Ghanaian supporters can be quite optimistic.
Okay, optimism over there, but they've got other countries like Portugal, a Cristiano Ronaldo-led side. Now they have to face up with this new set of Ghanaian players. Remember that Ghana had to do a revamp of their team, bringing in new players. For some, we've got the likes of Felix Afena-Gyan joining up with the Ghanaian team, but there are reports that Hudson-Odoi, Mohamed Salisu can join up with the team to play at the FIFA World Cup. With this booster, do you think Ghana still got a chance in that group?
I think absolutely. it's funny how the occasion of the FIFA World Cup will make some players reconsider their international allegiances. That's for sure. We saw it with Ghana when they had Kevin Prince Boateng. And I think if they added Callum Hudson-Odoi, I think I've even been hearing about Iñaki Williams, the Athletic Bilbao player, considering joining Ghana. There's all sorts of names being discussed. And I think that's where Ghana really needs to improve, is the attack. And so, like I said, all sorts of things can change between now and November. And I think something like that would certainly boost the Black Stars' cause.
Okay, let's see if there will be a boost over there. But which of the teams do you think this continental representative should be wary of? That's if they have to go through. Which of those teams? We have France there, we have Belgium, we have Brazil. We've got the likes of Portugal. Italy did not even qualify over there, and it's a big surprise, a big shock. But which of these teams do you think this continental representatives should be wary of if they have to go through?
Well, when the World Cup is held outside of Europe, you always have to consider the South American teams. I think Brazil is red hot right now. They've really found some players to support Neymar. I think Argentina has an excellent defense that makes them very capable as well. And then when it comes to the European teams, I think France, the defending champions, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'd say Germany, Spain. You all have to consider those teams all the time when it comes to the big occasion.
Okay, from nowhere we did see Brazil go to world #1 in the latest FIFA ranking. Remember that Belgium held that spot for a very long time, even just ahead of France, the world champions. At this point, would you be picking Brazil as the favorites to lift the cup for 2022? Are we going to say the early prediction?
I think considering their form, how they performed in the CONMEBOL region, I think they're a very, very worthy favorite. Another team I forgot to mention is England. England is looking very good as well. Very talented squad. But yeah, I think Brazil's up there, and I think the defending champions, France, as well.
Now, Andrew, there is a problem here in the same group where we have Brazil, who are top sport right now, #1 in the world, and also on fire at this point. We've got that group, an African country is there. We've got Cameroon over there. Do you think Cameroon can survive Switzerland, Serbia, and also world #1, Brazil?
Well, it's tough. It's a little tough to be optimistic for Cameroon, but I think they're capable. Their attack is excellent, as we saw at the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations that they hosted. But I think Serbia and Switzerland are very capable European teams. Switzerland really proved themselves in qualifying, and Serbia as well, topping the group with Portugal, forcing Portugal to go through the playoff. But I think Cameroon has a chance, but they will certainly be the underdogs in the group.
Okay, one surprising thing about this FIFA draw is that we did not get to see the teams, possible winners from these groupings will have to face at the end of the day. So you don't have to know if winner from group this will face group that. Do you think this is a bit of a worry when it comes to the organization from FIFA and how these draws were done?
I don't see any particular concerns with it. As far as the teams are concerned, it's always about the next match ahead of you. Instead of, no team should really be looking ahead or particularly worrying about the matchup that's in the future. I think, you always worry about the opponent, the next match. And then you can kind of go from there. You have to beat the best teams if you want to get to the highest level. So that's what I would say on the matter.
Okay, let's put you on the sport right now. We're going to go through all the groups from Group A to H, and you have to pick out 2 teams that will make it possibly out of that group conveniently. Let's go. From Group A, we've got Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and the Netherlands. So?
This is a really tough group to pick. It's really hard to go against the host nation. I've seen Qatar; they're a very capable team, but I think the matchups don't quite favor them. I'm going to go with Senegal and Netherlands in that group.
All right, an African country now through. Let's see Group B, where we've got England, Iran, USA, and also the winner from the Euro playoff.
Well, I'm a little biased when it comes to the United States. I think they have an excellent young team, very young and talented team. I can't wait for the England-USA matchup. I'm going to say England and USA will advance out of that group.
Okay, in Group C, we've got Argentina. Argentina with Lionel Messi. Andrew, you don't want to miss that. We've got Saudi Arabia, Mexico, and Poland.
I would say you can't go against Argentina in this group. I think Mexico, having watched Mexico a lot in the CONCACAF region, I think they're very vulnerable. They're aging a bit. They don't look like the Mexico team of the past. I'm going to go with Argentina and Poland out of that group.
Okay, Group D says France, who are the defending champions. We've got the winner from the IC playoff, one, and Denmark, together with an African country, Tunisia.
Well, I would go with, France is definitely going to advance, I would say. Don't want to say that too early, but I think they will.
Okay.
And then I think the IC playoff team will be either Peru or the AFC representative. I think Argentina or Australia and the United Arab Emirates. So I'd go France and Denmark out of that group.
I hope they won't come looking for you, Andrew. Let's go to Group E, where we've got a very dicey one here. Spain, FIFA IC Playoff 2 winner, Germany and Japan. A crazy one there because we're wondering what really happened where we've got Spain and Germany. So it's really a tight one. Will you say this Group A is the group of death? And which of the two teams do you think will go through?
I think that's a very fair assessment. I think Ghana's Group H, could be considered in that group of death category.
Okay.
But going with that group, I think Costa Rica will probably be the playoff team that makes it. They're going to play against New Zealand.
Okay.
But you can't go against Germany. They always get the job done. I'd expect them to at least advance to knockout round. So Spain and Germany.
Okay, Group F sees the likes of Belgium. We've got Canada, Morocco, an African country, and Croatia.
My goodness, that is a difficult group to predict.
Really?
I know Canadian fans are very high on their team after they finished top of the CONCACAF region. Belgium is excellent. I really think Morocco is the team that might advance the furthest out of all the African teams. So I'm going to go with Belgium and Morocco, but I could definitely be wrong with that in hindsight. Looking back.
We are missing out on Croatia and Canada. They've been on a good run from the playoffs, remember? So you're tipping Morocco ahead of Croatia?
Yeah. I love Morocco's defense. Romain Saiss, Achraf Hakimi, excellent goalkeeper in Bunu of Sevilla. I think Morocco is going to overachieve in this competition and surprise some people. Okay,
let's move ahead. We'll have world number 1, Brazil in the next group. Serbia, we've got Switzerland and Cameroon.
Another tough group to predict. They keep coming. I'd say Brazil is certainly going to advance. They just look fearsome in the attack. And I would say this is a tough one to pick. I'm going to go with Switzerland to make it out of that group. They've been looking a little more solid lately, but I could definitely see either Serbia or Cameroon sneaking into that second spot.
They would sneak in indeed, because looking at the fact that they've got a good front line, so Cameroon might really be able to sneak into the next round from this group. Let's touch the last group here: Portugal, Ghana, Uruguay, and Korea Republic.
It just keeps getting more and more difficult. I think Portugal, they have an excellent attack. Bruno Fernandes, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo, Diego Jota. I think they're going to advance. And then it's really hard to go against Uruguay. They're just always so defensively solid, great veteran core. I'm sorry to my Ghanaian friends and Ghanaian supporters, but I'm going to go with Portugal and Uruguay. But look out for South Korea as well. They're more than capable of taking one of the top 2 spots. And, of course, Ghana as well. Okay.
Last question before we let you go. It's going to be a replay, maybe a revenge mission, or Ghana will be beaten twice this time around against Uruguay. Let's relive that moment from 2010. Do you think there'll be a revenge mission coming from Ghana, or Uruguay will have to beat Ghana twice?
You know what, Onyinyechi? I'm going to sit on the fence on this one. I'm going to say a scoreless draw between those two teams.
Really?
Excellent defenses. I think it's going to be a draw. That's what I'm going to predict.
Okay, you're trying to be safe right now on the safe side. Thank you so much, Andrew, for your analysis. We do appreciate it.
Thanks for having me on, Onyinyechi. Always a pleasure.
Thank you for standing by.